got another fish on. I just pulled in a blackfin. Guy next to me pulled in a blackfin. Now he's got something, probably a yellowfin on. It's hard for me to film the ones I catch. My chest camera's not working and my phone's almost dead. Well, folks, it is 4 o'clock in the morning and we are getting ready to load up and go fishing. We have a 12-hour ride ahead of us, and it's supposed to be nasty tomorrow out there, so we're hoping we can catch everything tonight. Like I said, we got 12 hours to ride, so we're leaving here at 6. We won't get out there to the tuna grounds until 6 p.m. So hopefully we can slay our tuna and then do some trolling for wahoo and some other stuff. So hopefully it'll be a good trip. Well, folks, we're headed out on the move. You can see Porter Ranch is all lit up. There's the city pier right there. Nobody fishing. Sun is coming up. You can hear the motors going. We got about 11 hours to travel. So, just finished breakfast. Pretty sunrise. I don't know if you can see them. Those are ships, the lights of ships, waiting to get into port. No, it's already got it tied up there, it looks like. There's the rig we're headed to, folks. Right there. It is nautical out here, I'm telling you. It's going to be fun trying to fish. Well, folks, here we are. This is the world's deepest floating rig, is what I'm being told. We got a supply ship there, be supplying it. And yes, that rig is floating. Sonny here with Sonny's Outdoor Adventures. We're going to take a little break in this video right now so I can explain what was going on the boat. We were told by the company that it was going to be rough out there, and we expected it. The trip had already been delayed. We were supposed to leave on Saturday, but the weather was really bad, so we didn't leave until Tuesday. They moved it back to Tuesday, and they told us that it was still going to be rough out there. We were looking at 6 to 8 foot seas going out there, and then they said later that night, early the next morning, they were going to get worse. It was going to be 8 to 10, and with those 8 to 10, you get the occasional 11, 12. And the way we were fishing was drifting. We left early that morning. We left about 12 minutes early. I think we left at 5:48. We weren't supposed to leave till 6. We traveled for roughly 12 hours, close to 12 hours. We got out to the fishing grounds about 5:30 that evening, which is the way it's planned. The way the tuna work is they'll follow the squid. At nighttime, the squid will come to the surface towards the lights, and daylight they'll go back down deep, and the tuna kind of follow that pattern also. You can catch tuna in the daytime out there, and we did, but your better fishing is at nighttime. And since this was a tuna trip, we were doing 2 nights of fishing out there and 1 day of trolling for tuna, wahoo, sailfish, marlin, whatever. So there was a lot of knocking around on the boat. If you watch the video, you'll see people having a hard time walking. Or getting tossed around while they're walking. After that first night, I was black and blue from the hips down from beating against the rails, and pretty sore all over. The equipment we used, this right here was my primary rod and reel, and it's an ugly stick, big water, and it's got a Pursuit 8000 on it, and it's the Penn Pursuit 4 8000, and I have it strung with 100-pound braid and have a top shot of 80-pound test. So 80-pound. Now this boat, I didn't know it at the time, this boat does require, if you're using braid, that you have 100 feet of mono as your top shot. So, and that is to save the deckhands their fingers, because when they grab that line, the braid a lot of times will cut. If a fish pulls, it can cut you really bad. The mono, not so much. But this is what I primarily caught most of my tuna on. I was trying out a rod that is both saltwater and freshwater, which is this Ravix right here, and it's got a Aladrews 400H by Piscifun, Piscifun. I love this reel. It is a, I believe, a 6-to-1 ratio. So you crank in a lot of line with every turn of the handle. I did catch a 15-pound yellowfin on this reel, rod and reel, but he controlled most of what was going on. I wasn't going to horse him in. I am running 40-pound braid, and at that time I had a 80-pound top shot, and we were using jigs. I tried out with, started out with using Halco lures. Wasn't doing any good, nobody was. So I went to the jig. And the way it was when we were trolling, one side of the boat was jigging and the other side of the boat was tossing lures. So, and this was I bought for tuna trolling or tuna fishing, and this is the Penn Squall 50 VSW. It's got a 40-pound drag on it. It's got a really stiff rod. I did catch a few tuna on it, but for jigging, it was rough. And I'll show you, this is one of the jigs. This is a glow-in-the-dark jig. You hold it up to the light, it collects the light. And I'll be honest, if you get the jigs with the single hooks, get them, don't get the trouble. I lost 2 tuna at the boat that were probably in excess of 100 pounds. The jigs and lures we were using, my jigs were anywhere from 6 to 8 ounces. There were some people out there had some bigger ones, probably 10, 12 ounce jigs. This is what I started out with. Wasn't doing any good. It's a Halco. So I put it away. I did use some of the smaller ones like the Max here, the Halco Max. And it seemed like the blue top and the silver sides were doing really good. Some people were using poppers, but there was nothing going on top water. So, and like I said, I talked to the captain the day before we left, and he said get the Halcos or the jigs with the blue top, black dots instead of the stripes, and a silver belly. So that's what I did. And some of the jigs, I had made a mistake and left these jigs in my backpack. Didn't take them on the boat, and these are the single hooks. Now the guys that caught the big tuna, we caught 3 that were, you'll see in this picture hanging up, in this video, they're hanging up at the end of the video. There were 3 that were caught over 100 pounds. One was 110, I believe there was one like 115, and there was one that was 120. And maybe not exactly those weights, a couple ounces either side, but these are the single hooks versus the treble hooks, and they were using the jigs with the single hooks. And I have several of them, but I left them. So, and here again, got the black and silver. And I did get some different colors with bigger hooks, like silver, green, and red. And I am looking to schedule another trip to get back out there and give these jigs a try. Now these are 6 ounce, I believe. It doesn't say anywhere on them, but I believe they're 6 ounce jigs. But it was an excellent trip. We caught 37 yellowfin and 70 blackfin. We caught 2 barracuda on the boat. There were 19 people. That boat normally takes out, I think it said 28 people. We had only 19. When they moved it from a Saturday to a Tuesday, there were some people that couldn't take off. They had a job to go to, I guess. So, but I just want to let y'all know here that what kind of gear we were using, what was going on the boat. That boat, honestly, was just, and for 2 days after I got off that boat, I still felt like I was on that boat. I stood still and I could feel the ground just kind of going like this. So it was rough out there. Didn't get much sleep. Not if you wanted to catch tuna. I tried. Most everything you're going to see is me filming other people. I couldn't get anybody to film me, so when I got too sore to fish, I would go around and film a few people. Some didn't want to be filmed, so we didn't get them on camera. Some didn't care either way. But it was a good trip. Everybody out there was really good. Meet a lot of good people out there. So, and that's about it for now. I just wanted to show you the gear that was being used. And these Ravix rods, if you like watching people fish, check out Spencer, River Certified. He uses these. That's where I got the idea. They're good for salt water and fresh water. Excellent casting once you get them dialed in. Like I said, they're good for salt water and fresh water. Stainless steel parts in them. Spencer, River Certified. Catches a lot of big cats. He's primarily a cat fisherman. He does some other stuff, but it's primarily catfish. So, appreciate y'all watching. Hit that subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. And I think that's about it. Y'all have a blessed day. And we got another fish on. I just pulled in a blackfin. Guy next to me pulled in a blackfin. Now he's got something, probably a yellowfin on. It's hard for me to film the ones I catch. My chest camera's not working and my phone's almost dead. Hold on. Yellowfin, all right, nice one. Yeah, nice one. Got a fish on, folks. Been hooking up with a few yellowfin here. I just lost a yellowfin at the boat, so. Very good at the other spot, so we moved over to the drilling ship. That is a, well, drilling rig on top of a ship. And supply boat right there. So we're going to try it over here. The other spot we did catch 4 yellowfin and 8 blackfin. And there were a couple that were lost, so. A big rig there. I'll bring y'all back if we catch anything. Oh man, got a bump. going that way. I ain't going that way. Oh, come on. God dang it. Lost that one, folks. Oh, darn it.
Clouds are on fire with the first light of the day. The birds climb ever high, and on the blue they sail away. It was meant to be like this. Everything at peace, a new world full of hope, a promise whispered on the breeze. But we're groaning here below, too familiar with the sound. The teardrop on your cheek reflects a world left upside down.
Hooked up again. Probably a yellowfin. Blackfin? Yeah, another blackfin. That's what I just got. Well, best that happened there, they're not in the water.
Not yet reconciled, and always passing through.
Well, folks, 60 hours of fishing is over with. We are coming back into the dock. 12-hour ride back in. I slept most of the way. All the birds on the jetty there. The block to the harbor. We'll be unloading the fish here in a little bit. I'll let y'all see them. Yeah, folks, that's a big yellowfin we caught, and barracuda on the left, and all the other ones are down here on the bottom. Yellowfin, blackfin, and these cans are full of blackfin. Somebody catch a king? A barracuda. Can you grab one? Two barracuda. Got two barracuda.
know if I've seen you or not. So. No, I mean, we're really excited to see you.
That was one of mine. This is number 4. There's a fish fillet hanging off of that one.
Alright guys, can we get y'all to grab y'all's barrels and stack up just a hair? Everybody slide back just a little bit.
Well folks, I hope you all enjoyed that trip. We're going to get these fish cleaned up and get out of here. Y'all hit that subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. Y'all have a blessed day.